Donald Trump is getting booed at multiple stadiums across the world on the same day. Stadiums, plural. From London to New Jersey, Donald Trump and his despicable regime are getting booed by packed arenas. Let me take you to the O2 Arena in London, where during an NBA game there, during the national anthem, the Trump regime was booed. A member of the audience said, "Leave Greenland alone." And then the crowd erupted into applause over "Leave Greenland alone." And the people were absolutely pissed at the playing of the national anthem. Let me show you what takes place in London as Donald Trump continues to threaten the Western Hemisphere and the rest of the world. Play this clip.
Leave Greenland alone!
Now, from a packed house at the O2 Arena in London, let me bring you to a music festival in New Jersey that just took place, where Bruce Springsteen spoke out against Donald Trump and his despicable regime and the ICE and Border Patrol Gestapo. Bruce Springsteen said, "If you believe that America should still exist as a democracy, you shouldn't be murdered for exercising your First Amendment right to protest." Watch Springsteen speak to the packed crowd, who all erupt in applause at Springsteen and anger against the despicable Trump regime. Play this clip.
If you believe in the power of the law and that no one stands above it, if you stand against heavily armed, masked federal troops invading an American city, using Gestapo tactics against our fellow citizens. If you believe you don't deserve to be murdered for exercising your American right to protest, and send a message to this president, and as the mayor of that city has said, ICE should get the fuck out of Minneapolis. This song is for you in the memory of mother of three and American citizen Renee Good. Thank you.
Now, just contrast that, by the way, to a typical appearance by former President Barack Obama when he shows up at an NBA game or a college game. It's always to standing ovations. Donald Trump is always getting booed, and Obama's always getting standing ovations. Watch this.
Welcome to a very special guest, former President Barack Obama.
And as I noted, Donald Trump getting booed across the world. Donald Trump was protested this weekend in Nuuk in Greenland as Trump continues to threaten the sovereignty of Greenland and says he's going to invade. By the way, Donald Trump stated on his social media platform late last night, NATO has been telling Denmark for 20 years that you have to get the Russian threat away from Greenland. Unfortunately, Denmark has been unable to do anything about it. Now it is time, and it will be done. President Donald J. Trump. That is what an abuser sounds like. Donald Trump is a predator. Donald Trump's a sexual predator, a sexual abuser. Donald Trump is a predator in all aspects of his life, a creepy predator and a creepy regime filled with creepy predators. By the way, here was the protest at Nuuk. You'll see the people right here marching to the American consulate in Greenland. Here, play this clip. And just to hear from some of the Greenlandic people, they say, we're not scared, we're united, and we have great allies. And Europe has been standing up, Canada's been standing up, other countries across the world have been standing up for Greenland, saying that if you invade Donald Trump, we will go to war against you. But here is what this individual said from Greenland. Play this clip.
It's a bit like a spoiled child turned old. And you think he can, and he can think he can scare people. He can't scare Greenlanders. We're not scared. We'll fight them to the end, and we will never give in. And we are so happy we have so good allies.
Now, here's Prime Minister Carney over the past 48 hours or so saying that If the United States invades Greenland, Article 5 will be triggered. Canada will go to war with the United States. Now, special forces are already in Greenland from multiple European countries. I know Canada's planning on sending it as well. Anyway, let me play for you right now what the scene looked like as well. I played for you the Carney clip. Let me play that clip.
Greenland, the future of Greenland is a decision for Greenland and for the Kingdom of Denmark. We are NATO partners with Denmark, and so our full partnership stands. Our obligations on Article 5, Article 2 of NATO stand, and we stand full square behind those.
Now let me play for you what the scene looked like in Copenhagen City as the people of Denmark protested against the Trump regime there. This is, again, across the world, people are booing Donald Trump. Play this clip. Just a reminder, back in February of 2024, when Canada, when there was the hockey championship, the hockey world championship with the NHL, and the Canadian fans were booing the national anthem. You remember that back in February of 2025? Let's play this clip. And just recently, a few months back in October, during a WWE event in Australia, there the people booed the national anthem as well. You remember this? Here, play this clip. That's what the United States has become under the Trump regime. Loathed, despised, Trumpy. You see why this guy bankrupted multiple casinos and a ton of his businesses. The corruption, right? Donald Trump invades Venezuela, keeps the authoritarian regime in place, props up Delcy Rodriguez, part of the Maduro regime, props up Diosdado Cabello, part of the Maduro regime. Trump cuts a deal with Venezuela so that his right-wing oligarch buddies can buy oil from Venezuela. Then Trump takes that money, like $500 million to $1 billion so far, and he moves it to a bank account in Qatar for himself, not the United States Treasury. It's in a Qatari bank account. Then Donald Trump says, I'm creating a peace board. And if you want to join it, you owe me $1 million. Not America, by the way. I mean, this whole peace board idea, and destroy the United Nations, I think is utterly dangerous and insane. But Donald Trump says it costs $1 billion to join. You give $1 billion to Trump. Trump puts it in a Qatari bank account. And that's how you join the peace board. And you have Donald Trump reposting things like this. I predict Trump will visit a free Iran and a free Havana and a free Caracas before he leaves office. Donald Trump's just going to invade every country. Greenland, Venezuela, Cuba, you name it. Donald Trump apparently is invading. Now, can we just take a look, though, at the mayhem here inside the United States? I'll do a whole other video about Trump unleashing hell with his Border Patrol and ICE Gestapo, and Trump's planning on what potentially instituting the Insurrection Act, declaring martial law, and sending in 1,500 paratroopers from Alaska, from the United States Army, to invade Minnesota, Minneapolis, St. Paul. Just this is what the Mexican restaurants in the Twin Cities look like right now. We are open, but please wait for us to unlock the door. Thank you for your understanding. And now you have more information about the Labor Secretary, Lori Chavez DeRemer. The New York Post has been breaking some actually very good stories on her. We reported about one of them, that she was under investigation for potentially these fraudulent trips. She would take trips across the country. According to allegations, she was involved in a relationship with a subordinate. And then she would go to all these like Vegas and use our taxpayer money as the Labor Department secretary to go on all of these lavish trips. Well, now the New York Post said that more of this investigation into Labor Secretary Chavez DeRemer. By the way, the Labor Secretary, like all these cabinet positions, they're the ones who are posting a lot of this Nazi imagery out there, the HH stuff out there, all the horrific, the Hitler quotes retranslated, the Trump photos on the buildings. But Lori Chavez-DeRemer apparently has been spending our taxpayer dollars on an office booze stash and strip club visits with subordinates. This right here is Angels PDX Strip Club outside of Portland. And apparently there was a 5-day meeting that taxpayers paid for. And then the Labor Department under Chavez-DeRemer went to the strip club, y'all. They went to the strip club, everybody, with our taxpayer money. Ha ha ha. This is how you roll in the Trump regime. Qatari bank accounts with oil money. Strip clubs with our taxpayer money. Federal spending up ridiculous. All prices across the board are going up like crazy. I mean, you see this right here as the Kobayashi report explains. The average price of ground beef in the U.S. is now up to a record $6.67 per pound. Prices have surged 72% since January 2020. Also, chicken breast prices have risen 36%. Coffee prices have surged 52%. All other food categories, sugar, sweets, fats, oil, snacks, prepared meals up 31%. But it's all good, y'all, because Lori Chavez-DeRemer and our government, they're at the strip clubs making our taxpayer dollars rain. That's what they're doing, folks. What a despicable regime. And what's this weird campaign they're doing with whole milk and milk mustaches? And they all put these weird milk mustache. You know what I'm talking about? They're doing this weird milk mustache thing. Some weird stuff. Contrast that to the first 24 hours of Governor Abigail Spanberger, the new governor of Virginia's first day on the job. Ending police cooperation with Trump's ICE, passing new maps to combat Trump's gerrymandering, and eliminating up to 4 GOP House seats, enshrining LGBTQ plus rights in the state constitution, enshrining abortion rights in the state constitution, protecting and expanding voter rights, firing Republican appointees to the University of Virginia board, reestablishing support for diversity and inclusion, accelerating a minimum wage increase, building more housing to lower rent prices. The first day. So let's just do a compare and contrast. Governor Spanberger, here she is at her inauguration speech. Play this clip.
This next chapter, we will work relentlessly to make life more affordable for our fellow Virginians. We will tackle the high cost of housing, whether you're renting, buying, or trying to stay in your home. We will cut red tape, increase housing supply, and help communities keep housing affordable. We will work to lower energy costs by producing more energy and by ensuring that high energy users pay their fair share. And we will contend with an impending healthcare crisis by protecting healthcare access, cracking down on the middlemen who are driving up drug prices, and making sure Virginians aren't going into spiraling medical debt because of a single emergency.
Contrast that to Donald Trump at the same time this weekend talking about right-wing extremist Laura Loomer. Here, play this clip.
Hi, Laura. Boy, you're something. What spirit you have. Laura Loomer, thank you, honey, for being here. Appreciate it. She's, she can be a little nasty, but to me, she's always nice. So that's all that matters. I want her to stay that way, too.
Well, there you have it, folks. Let me know what you think. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 6 million subscribers. We appreciate you so much for watching.
Thanks for watching. Be sure to add the MeidasTouch podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts for new updates every single day.